Trading.
Trading's dangerous.
Very dangerous.
Dangerous.
It's dangerous stuff.
Let's do it.
Don't do it. Hello and welcome, traders. It's about 2.5 hours into the open. Pre-market news have had a little negative impact, so everything trickled down, then pushed much lower on the open. And now for a while we're basically a little in some hesitant retracement, probably mostly profit taking and institutions wanting to go for lunch. Generally we're kind of at the lower IB on NQ, we're below IB on RTY, and we're at the very low on ES. Somewhat correlated in general moves, top of ES, got some exhaustion, opposing aggression, so probably not going to see that again today. Just pushed the low, just saw some UV there, but that cleaned up. Still a weak low, so probably going to go lower. NQ is still a little bit above the low. Price action I find a little bit weird from a scalping perspective today. Let me try to show you without losing an eye on the low here. So took a trade there earlier, maybe I can make a replay and add it after the market, but the replay sometimes doesn't pick up or doesn't show all the orders on the DOM. So we pushed down and those were some energetic pushes. I started a position here, added a couple lots right here, and I was expecting it to basically pop back up here for a proper retracement. It didn't do so. I hope I can at this point put a replay recording in later, because it's more visible why I basically went out with my position. So I took only a little profit here. It was basically consolidating in place too much. I'll show you how that looked on the DOM. It just didn't do what I expected. I was expecting it to go back up, so I went out for a little profit, thinking this wants to go lower. And ironically, it didn't do much lower. But this is not what I want to see from NQ after a move like this. We're pretty asymmetric. There was absorption. I'm basically expecting a snapback, not a consolidation. Breaking the low by a couple ticks and then hesitantly grinding up over I don't know how many minutes. So I don't want to stay in that. That's not what I'm here for. I'm not a swing trader, at least not with this technique. Most of my entries are not mechanical. They're more a blink. If you look at NQ long enough, then you kind of can see when NQ is breathing. And then if in your peripheral view you see some absorption or some swap on the tape or some shift in the delta or all of it together, it kind of just confirms, but it's not the primary information you're looking at. It's more like a subconscious confirmation. Yeah, so I went out for a little profit. That was untypical or atypical for NQ, and a similar behavior happened again later. Here we broke the low, huge move down. I didn't go in, and the same thing happened again here basically. After a move like this, I either expect a short consolidation and another push or a snapback. In this case, because we broke a pretty popular inflection point, the initial balance, I was expecting to snap back to initial balance, which it kind of did, but again it did it in a grindy way after some consolidation and a weak attempt to make another push low. So yeah, snapback or push. It didn't do either. It tried a little one, but then it wasn't like, oh, we failed to push down, now we're gonna snap back. No, it was grindy, calmly going back. Yeah, very atypical, made me more cautious. And and since then we just trickled slowly back up, more or less, building a range at the bottom here. One other thing on NQ. So shortly after the open we went up, and this is a volume area of the last 2 days basically, and it was rejecting that really hard. It was not the place for me to go in, and I almost took it, but I would have taken it only for a quick scalp anyway, but it actually just rejected completely back down to VWAP, back into this opening range. The pink lines here are the 5-minute open. So it completely got rejected. It tried it again, almost got rejected again, all the way down, so pretty resilient. And then, then it went basically to the current developing volume profile value area and all the way down. And then this weird behavior started, as I showed you earlier. Yeah, so that's all that happened for me today. There was plenty of opportunity for different trading styles here. And now we're basically back up to RTH VWAP. and we'll see what the rest of the day brings. Of course, when you see this, you will know how it played out. Maybe we're all the way back at the top. Maybe we broke further down. It is likely that we're not going to break the low anymore today, but who knows? There's FOMC tomorrow, so I wouldn't be surprised if everything else is holding still after this move today and waiting for tomorrow. So I might add a little bit to this video later if there's anything worth talking about. Alright, like and subscribe, always manage your risk.